Hello, hello, hello. Coming to you live and direct. I want to really play with the messaging today. I want to really expand into a new territory because it just hit the airwaves. Let me tell you what. The light was on the phone. And while the light was on the phone with the world, it did the unthinkable. And it simply said, the war is over. What do when a whole side says, suddenly, I love you? Suddenly, my love outweighs my fear, outweighs what I don't know, outweighs, truthfully, my own trauma. When collective has been triggered enough to the point where the light finally looks at itself and says, at this point, it is my own choice to live out these timelines, these paradigms, these messages. These messages that ultimately coat and form my perspective, to be on a disposition of you as the opposition, and also in turn that meaning harm, danger, violence. I simply choose to live in the resolve of love, says the light. So there is no longer an opposition. If you have no component, then the war ceases to exist. And suddenly, you are no longer competing or in competition with your higher self, with your intuitive guidance, with spirit, with source, but rather you are able to relax into the love. I told you about this love fest that was coming because, like I said, the energy right now is that the war is over, and we're just calling on our angels to go ahead and offer us an opportunity, to hear directly, because I know that they're close by, because I hear the words peace, truce, surrender, and not to powerlessness, but to angelic connections and angels in action. So we're going to go ahead and read. So it says, angels know you are user friendly. They simply follow the maker's instructions printed in your heart. I spent many years struggling with a feeling that there was something I was meant to be doing. Being a mother was wonderful, but that wasn't it. I began searching everywhere for answers, but still couldn't establish my true purpose in life. Then I decided to pray ardently, offering myself in service, knowing that when I really meant it and was ready, the signs would appear. I finally saw a course in healing with the angels and signed up. My guide told me, "Welcome, Christine. We've been expecting you. Your work will be arduous, but we are here to support and guide you. Each of us has a soul purpose, a destiny to fulfill. The angels know it. They see the plan in our DNA, and they are waiting for us to go ahead and decide." Excuse me, I just chopped that last sentence. They're waiting for us to decide to go ahead. I feel like in this announcement of the war being over, when we look at this internal warring that was happening through our chakra system as a collective, through the collective human body, it was like collective was only harming themselves when we were halting from actually making the decision we were pondering. It was like there was this period of knowing there's going to come a time when we're going to have to make a decision to go ahead and do what we feel needs to be done next. And so that contemplation stage is a place that we were saturated in. And the angels could see that it was in our DNA. It's like the war being over means that there is peace for us. It means that spirit had full confidence in our consciousness and our ability to seek for higher, no matter the circumstance, no matter the level of divisiveness. And it was always meant to be because it was always coded, you know, waiting for us to go ahead. Right? Oh my God, and there's 3 cards. This one says, children believe in angels and the feelings are mutual. Ben, aged 4, had been very sad since his daddy had gone away. He hadn't eaten well, couldn't sleep, and refused to play with his toys. His mother Sue was beside herself with worry for her son and herself, but had read about the help of angels and came to see me to find out more. In the week prior to her consultation, Ben came down from his room one evening after he had been put to bed and said, "Mommy, there's a shiny lady in my room all dressed in white who knows who I am. I don't know what she wants, but she keeps smiling and talking to me. Mommy, she is so beautiful." Following the visit of the beautiful white lady, Ben became his normal happy self again, playing, eating, and sleeping like a healthy little boy. Do we need to return to innocence to see the angels for ourselves? I just had to take a moment to really connect with my inner child and to really connect with the part of me that probably really just felt like there were so many more dimensions available to me. And I feel like this reconnection to the inner child through this space, through this reconciliation of peace. It says angel reassurance. Angels are always there, even when you think the rest of the world has gone away. And I think that that is the truth right now. For those of us who felt the walls closing in, who felt the impending doom, who contemplated it or didn't contemplate it, the release of that tension off of the heart chakra comes from knowing that in the end, the angels were truly always right there with you, because this peace came in like a swift white chariot and it blanketed the land. And I believe that it is that Mars, the god of war, is truly a big softy and is truly, you know, someone who loves deeply and bursts with compassion and truly expresses that, because fire is love, right? Transformation. So those vibrations really meet as one and the same. But it says we are never alone when we feel sad, lonely, and even unloved. We need to remember that each of us has a guardian angel who knows and loves us, even though no one else seems to care. In a quiet, peaceful place, it is possible to think things through with your guardian angel who already knows all your problems and secrets. Talk out loud to your angels and ask for a sign that is meaningful to you. I just want to pause and say, like, collective, I feel how many of you really got down with your angels and said, you know, I really want and need your guidance and assistance and love and reassurance. This is practice listening and feeling as a form of meditation. This will bring the presence of the angels closer to you until a sense of knowing is developed as a form of communication between you and your angels. Feathers are a divine symbol that your angels are with you. Angels, first of all, wanting to interact with you, knowing that they can interact with you, and knowing that the best way to do that is just through your heart space. You having to return to your inner child to really be able to strengthen your connection with the angels, because if you have like inner child abandonment issues and you haven't really healed that, I feel like it would be hard to see the angels that are around right now. Like, they're on the ground, they're just like looking at this dimension and they're just embracing it all and really just confident about what's in our DNA. And they've always been here, whether you were connected to your inner child who can process them or not. They were there. Even when it felt like total abandonment, like totally, completely, like, I can't believe we're living in a time where this is like what it is. Like, I can't believe I came here to experience doom. Is that what we really believe? Is that what we really believe, collective? So there's this symbiosis here of what's required of you to receive the angelic protection at this moment. You know what I mean? And I think we're fully capable of giving it. You know what I mean? I think we're fully capable of giving it. Because it's here, you know? Because it worked. Because clearly that's what collective has done. Collective has been reduced to the management. Like, all collective could have controlled was that inner child, and at least making sure that that child knew and believed that it's a safe world. You know? And I even saw myself in real time looking at how I was processing messaging when I had triggers embedded. And we think triggers are for someone else. They're for you. You're the triggered one. We aren't triggered. You're triggered, right? Your triggers are your triggers. So they're for you to understand and unpack. You know what I mean? Wow. As I'm sitting here talking about, we need to make sure that that inner child, that's what the collective had to go back and do, is embrace that inner child and say, do you feel safe and okay? Nurture yourself. 16. Hello. 7. That's angelic presence. That's coming to ensure us and assist us and to protect us. And that protection, like, now that the war is over, I think is when they're going to be able to really reveal themselves. Because, like, while it was happening, you didn't even see this. You couldn't even see it. Like, a lot of people are going to wake up and recognize that there was, like, a spiritual war that took place. Look at this. Angelic presence at the bottom of the deck. Lighten up. White. I told you about that blanket of white that came down and soothed. You know? Like the diffusing power of, like, coconut milk or something. You know what I mean? That kind of consistency. But, like I said, nurture yourself, right? Really nurture yourself. Like, and we're seeing that. Like, I feel like this wave was powered by people being at a threshold, people, places, things, elements being at a threshold of saying their only way to go from here is, like, within, to nurture myself and take care of myself. And I think that's what collective did, and I think it made a tidal wave that stopped the war. Addicted in reverse. Card number 11. Really gives 10 of Swords energy. It says, it's not about choosing the chains. It's about choosing them again and again. Woo! Spirit said, you're made in my image. Creation, that is. You function in my image. You function in my operation. My iOS system. You know what I mean? Like, Spirit's like, it's me, right? It's my domain. So it's ironic and interesting to me that I think some of us were, oh my God, there's that butterfly, truly addicted to, oh good, that's beautiful confirmation. Dennis just said he made it to work. But some of us were truly addicted to those old soggy stories, those old soggy timelines, that old soggy density. And it's okay. It's, Spirit is at a place right now where there is discipline, there's discernment, right? Because we feel that Scorpio South Node, that garbage disposal we talked about, but because there is that, you know, we have to monitor and maintain a general level of, like, overall health and longevity as a 5-dimensional being. We understand that there are times where it may fluctuate, you know, you may falter from your purpose and path, but this new war ending is going to allow people are not going to be able to be divorced from their purpose any further. It's not like we're not going to have new generations of people who are going to have the struggle of understanding why they're here. And I feel like we were becoming addicted to um choosing those chains repeatedly. And I feel like that's what Spirit's really here to say, is like you're feeling that there is, like I said, there's a general maintenance that is expected, that you would expect if you love yourself. There's a general maintenance to yourself that you need. And it says white sparkly hair over a scarred, melted, downcast face. Is the hand melting or already long gone? A chain chokes his neck and many spikes pierce the back. Freedom was the worst of lies. I could have been a slaver or a slave, but I chose the latter. Addiction to something, to drugs, to love, to company, to evil, to pain, to safety, to making simple everything that can be deep. Oh, they have in common the feeling of being lost if we ever are without it. Freedom is not a friend, as it promises responsibility, failure, challenges. Freedom can be taken, can be broken, can be stripped naked and whipped and abused. Slavery is a much cleaner choice. If you give it all away at the beginning, how can they take it from you? So, how can it be that it's so easy to believe that freedom is an illusion, and it's so hard to feel that slavery is an illusion as well? That the sky has a limit, but the chains have one as well. The irony of it all. When we lose the desire, much before losing the will to fight, is that actually is possible to reach for the sky even when bound by chains. Wow, that's that's super deep, and I'm super dry, but I just processed that because I feel like that's like a really sobering truth, that for some of you, the sheer way that you're going to springboard from that negative polarity to the opposite polarity is by way of realizing, if you believe you're so limited in this capacity, like believe in the capacity other way. If you always believe like, yeah, it can always get worse, well then it also can always get better. And so it's about realigning with what truths you need to allow into yourself that are trying to be presented to allow you to achieve the harmony flow state that is entitled to you, that is the natural state of this universe. You see what I mean? And so that talks about a lot about collectives depression. And I think a lot of that also came with like deeply being masked in that last paradigm that we're really coming from, and really needing to nurture ourselves at this time, because again, like I said, taking off the mask, like right now we see a lot of ugliness, but to be honest, it's like the whiplash. Like say you're someone who hasn't seen, like say you've worn a wig for the last 75 years, um but not for any real reason other than like that you felt shameful and guilty about what was naturally growing on your head, even if that was all like within your own head to feel that conscious about it. You like kept it in a hat, and so then it's like the day that you have to like deal with your hair, and how much that can feel like a certain like subconscious manifestation, you know what I mean? I feel like when we took off some of our masks that some of us have been wearing for lifetimes, it was painful. We were seeing that we were addicted to wearing them because we were masking a lot of our natural selves, which is us without the programming, us as infinite expressions. So I think that that's interesting, because I think that message of addiction is really going to speak to some people. Let's go to the Chrysalis Tarot. I do not know what time it is, though, which is the only concern. Oh, it's only 3:10. I've got like 16 minutes. It's ridiculous. I opened this like a child. Okay. Yeah, dude. I don't know what
like this message will hit at some point.
I also don't have my nose ring today, which I think is ironic. I don't know how different I really look. I don't really know if my nose ring really adds anything. Ten of Spirals reversed. Let's tap in. Crossroads. Oh, to be fully human. The centaur is sometimes ruled by his human heart, other times by his base instincts. Bound up bundles of negative energy symbolize his past regrets, missed opportunities, and unbecoming behavior, an unbearable burden. He arrives at a crossroads, the ultimate symbol for life-changing choice. The Ten of Spirals in your reading is a cue to improve your energy and lighten your load. Hello, collective. That's what I'm talking about, bro. It's time to... The war is over. We can't be wasting more time carrying all these tight... This is how some of y'all's guts look, bro. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. All twisted up and coiled and tight and nasty, bro. We need to let it go. We got to let it go. We got to embrace peace, a lighter existence, bro. And it's going to happen immediately. You're going to realize, like, oh my God, that demon that I was talking about myself. And it's embarrassing because I was projecting that onto all of this communication from everything else around me and not realizing that it wasn't the fucking world that had a stank attitude, but rather me. You know what I mean? He arrives at a crossroads, the ultimate symbol of a life-changing choice. The Ten of Spirals in your reading is a cue to improve your energy and lighten your load. Draw the reins in on the difficult cycle this card signifies and choose the high road. Bro, we did that, bro. I just chose the motherfucking highest of high roads for a situation that I promised you 2 days ago I was hell-bent on. I was like, this is stupid. Like, this is crazy. I mean, just look at me. Look at me when I even say that back. Like, who did you think I became? Like, what kind of ego do you think I was wrong. Like, I'm here to tell you I was wrong about that. I was wrong about the situation. I was wrong about assessing what was available to me because this person was reflecting me. They were. And I was simply going through my own traumatic ass cycles and projecting 22 I just saw. So yeah, it was me and it was how I was relating to them. And I recognized and I got a spoonful of that and I turned that poop around. As soon as I recognized, like, yeah, this is me, bro, for sure. We're turning it around. We're choosing a different octave. And it says, choose the high road, which is what I chose to do because I'm like, bro, this is embarrassing. I was waiting on me. It was me who was sitting around here projecting onto other people my own trauma and trigger responses because I'm addicted to them. And at this point, like, I think a lot of us got the first wind of like, oop, it's embarrassing. Like, you know, like you were out here acting up, acting a fool, acting out your traumas in the new world. And everybody around you's like, are you, oh my God, that's like, that's embarrassing. And so that's what you have to realize. So for some of us, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to put on my clown suit today. I'm going to just clean it up. This card says, don't play the blame game. Put the past behind you and don't look back, bro. Don't look back. As we're talking about the divine inner child, bro, the divine child, the Hierophant, bro, I already told you. I have an album called The Hierophant. You're late. It was made in 2020. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Judgment, Seven of Stones. Look at this bridge troll. I'm interested to see. So, the mythological phoenix rises brilliantly from the fire and ashes of creative destruction. The archetype is about lessons learned, order restored, and the dawn of a new day. 24/24, bro, I'm telling you right now, the war's over, okay? This is always a welcome card to see in your reading. Phoenix calls your attention to the energies of consciousness flowing from the other world. Hello. Oh my God, that's such a synchronicity because I was talking about the other world with my coworker. Phoenix's radiant colors indicate high energies of inspirational consciousness stirring in your life. This card heralds a time of resolution and restoration, a time to reap rewards and trust your instincts and intuition. Are you kidding? Yeah, it's big. It's a big deal. 7 of Stones, regret. Meditating beside an ancient stone ark, the maiden Cyrenix reflects on her choices and the rewards they may bring. This pastoral scene above the sacred river laden winds a thread of hope through the lush valley below. Surely the river will wash away the maiden's regrets, just as it healed Demeter, whose red poppies confirm that the 7 of Stones is about healing. Even if the result of recent actions produced the desired effect, a vague sense of regret may still linger. Follow Demeter's example and toss regret and sorrow into the river and get on with life. That's what I'm telling you, bro. Judgment is here. The judgment calls have been made. Whatever it is, take it, bundle it up, toss it in the river. We're getting on with life. Yeah? We're getting on with life. The phoenix is here. We're rising from the ashes. I'm so dry and I know you can tell. The Knight of Stones, the illusionist. You see me? Let's read it. Let's read it. Let's read it. Let's read it. Okay. So, the traditional name is the Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Stones. Attribute: spontaneous, confusing, role, mystic. The illusionist is an unusual person filled with youthful exuberance, perhaps a gifted indigo child. Throughout the ages, illusionists have been mythologies, tricksters, and this person certainly is no exception. In real life, tricksters are simply misunderstood mystics. The illusionist appears in your reading to spur you into action without a lot of confusing forethought. If you're up for risking raw adventure, follow his lead without reservation. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, says the illusionist. That's kind of what the Knight of Pentacles says. He says, come on, sis. You need to get from under the bridge, toss the regrets. If you want to risk it, you got to get you got to risk it to get the biscuit. You know what I mean? Like, there's really no reason to sit here and sulk because we've got to keep going. And then, look, the visionary, the Knight of Scrolls. With his exotic rattle and youthful Mina bird, the visionary is the trope's spiritual healer. He resolves conflicting energies that confuse or misguide you. He helps you acquire patience as you await good things from beyond new horizons. New beginnings offer abundant possibilities, yet it's important to progress deliberately, step by step, pursuing pathways of light with a clear and open mind. How do you discover pathways of light? Eat wisely, meditate frequently, and love unselfishly. The visionary helps you appreciate life holistically. And that's the message. Papa Legba, the strength, bro. And we're ending on that message. When you toss the regrets in the basket, all that's left is the visionary aspect of you. The part of you that has been moved by Spirit's generosity and grace and mercy. The part of you that realizes that I have my bubble guts in a knot and here comes Judgment Day and it is what it is because ultimately it's my reflection on myself. So Spirit says, get up, stop crying, the war is over, and it's time for you to be left with this visionary, magical aspect of yourself that's ready to go forward and just be in the new. You know what I mean? It's like we're going to hit a Mother Peace round tarot to finish this off. There we go. We're going to do a Mother Peace round tarot. We're going to finish this reading here soon. Yeah, actually, 6 minutes. Thank you for tuning in. Who knows how this is going to really play out. But it is what it is. So grateful. Mother Peace. That's definitely the message to end on. Okay, Mother Peace. Woo! This card loves to come out. Four of Swords. The war is over because all of the war's soldiers are actually in their bunkers, attuning their vibration, aligning their chakras, healing. Healing. Get ready to be completely healed by this new season, this Aries season. Get ready to be completely nourished. Retreat because it's time to recover. Yeah. We went in for a stab, wasn't working out, walked away. Cleanse other people's energy out of yourself by meditating on pulling the cords that connect you to people. Yeah? Let it go. Seven of Stones, your regrets. Cut the cords. Go in love. Go in light. Choose peace. Just do it. Yeah? So you can get to the house and recover from the addiction you had to carrying all that weight, to putting yourself last. We've let go of that because in this new season, the chakras need to be aligned, the vision needs to be set, and we need to be giving glory to the Most High every step of the way. 3113. That is what we'll wrap on. Bottom of the deck. Get ready for the union. Two of Cups, my friends. Beautiful energy. Very soon.